Good morning, everyone. I pray that your Sunday you found spaces and places of joy, of peace, of happiness, of love, places where you could laugh, places where you could sing, places where you could worship, places where you could just commune with the nature and enjoy the beauty that surrounds you. I struggle with today is Memorial Day, and I struggle with the phrase Happy Memorial Day. Those two words don't seem to really make sense to me because memorial is remembering those who have been lost. And yes, we can remember in a joyful manner, but a lot of times when we remember, there are other emotions that come with it, including pain. So, what I will say for Memorial Day, for those who have gone before us, for those who have given their lives in service to this country, for those who came home from whatever campaign they were in, but their lives were forever changed. And as a result, they too lost their lives. For all those who have worn the uniform and who died in service, we give thanks for you, we give thanks for your service, and we send prayers for your loved ones. Now, I want to continue with our topic of fear, and I want to talk about what may be one of the greatest fears, and it kind of encompasses most of our fears, and that is fear of change. We fear change because it's unknown. We fear change because we don't really have a strong sense of what the future might be. We fear change because it may cause us to have to show up in ways that we are unfamiliar with. It may cause us to have to give of ourselves in ways that we're not comfortable with. It may cause us to, how about this, actually be happy, to actually have joy, to actually have peace. And why would we be afraid of that? Because some of us have never experienced it on a consistent basis, that we're afraid that if we experience even a drop of it, that it might be taken away. And the fear that joy and peace might be taken away, that it may be snatched from us, that the other shoe might drop, that fear is so great that we won't even hope. We won't even try. We won't even dare to take a risk to make any changes in our life because we're so afraid. We're so afraid that if we ever were to experience that peace that passes all understanding, that something may come around and mess it up, and then we're back in even a deeper hole of despair. But I'm here to reassure you, my beloved. I'm here to reassure you, my community, my family. I'm here to reassure you that change is inevitable. And each time we go through a change, we go through a transformation, things will be different. But there's always a blessing on the other side. There's always something we can look back and say, I look back and I'm so very happy I'm no longer where I used to be, and that this new place was not as scary as what I thought it would be. This new place, this new situation, this new experience was bigger and better and much more fulfilling than I could have even imagined. And that's one of the things that causes us to fear change, because we have lack of imagination. We're stuck inside our little confining four walls of our beliefs. We can't seem to get outside of our belief system. We can't get outside of what we've always known it to be true, the way it always was. But if I invite you to use your imagination, just imagine. Just imagine. Just imagine. It doesn't have to necessarily be focused on does everything line up, but to use your imagination. Just imagine with me. Imagine a world of peace. Imagine a world where people are no longer fighting each other. Imagine a world where we looked out for each other. Imagine a world where we loved each other, where people were treated equally, where everyone's gifts were respected. But unfortunately, for some of us, our lack of imagination is because we are afraid to dream. We're afraid to look beyond what we can see, but to look at what the possibilities are. You are much bigger than what your present circumstance dictates. You have more in you than what your present experience may point to. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are a loving and kind person. Even if everyone around you says that you're not, even if everyone tells you that you're a really angry kind of guy, or you're just really too serious. But what I know to be true is if you could allow yourself to let go of some of that fear, all of that goodness that has been hidden inside will begin to bubble up. But one of the greatest things I want to share with you about change, whether you fear it or not, change is inevitable. We can be afraid, but you're still going to grow older. If the Lord allows, or if you continue to breathe, you will still continue to get older. The seasons will continue to change. Things will change whether you give it permission or not. Our challenge is to learn how to roll with the change, how to adjust, how to become flexible, how to let go of the idea that if I hold on and I'm steadfast, I can keep things moving in the exact same direction no matter what. Here's a really small example in reference to music. You all may realize by now I really like music. Music resounds for me, it feeds me. But as I look back over the songs throughout my lifetime, that the type of music has changed, the messages have changed. We have moved from, I remember doo-wop, people singing on the corner, talking about small messages, to more political messages. Music has changed. And a lot of people will say, well, our music was better than the music now. It's not a matter of being better. It's just a matter of adjusting to the change. Everything that I listened to in my heyday was not the best. It didn't have the best messages. The same way everything now does not have the best messages. But there are things that have sustained. There are things, music, and genres and songs that will sustain this test of time. They're just different. But we would miss all that if we did not allow ourselves to adjust to the change. So today I'm also going to end with a song that kind of reminds us that change is inevitable, that reminds us that change can be good, that reminds us that in order for us to get the joy that comes as a result of change. If everything stayed the same, life would be boring, believe me. If things never, ever, ever change, you ate the exact same meals every day, eventually you would be bored. Okay, you would be bored. So change is good. So I invite you, as we move through this, to listen to this song, be intentional about recognizing and processing that change is good. So here we are with our song. I will talk with you tomorrow. Love you much. And listen to the song.
Turns to spring. A wounded heart will heal, but never much too soon. But everything must change. The young become the old. Mysteries to unfold. But that's the way the time. Nothing goes. can be sure of. Except rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the skies, the hummingbirds do fly. Rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the skies, the hummingbirds do fly.
Love each and every one of you. Everything must change, and change is inevitable. So make the decision to accept change on purpose.